All right. Yeah. I wanted to I'm just driving riding out, but I just wanted to do a video and I just wanted to give my honest assessment. I think one of the things that went on when you a content creator, I think to a certain degree, which I said that I'm not ever gonna do, which I'm glad to a certain degree I haven't went that direction, but I'll say I've tried to be sensitive to certain situations and to certain fans, but I just have to tell the truth because one, I'm just kind of like trying to beat around the bush and stuff. And I'm gonna make it clear that I'm not about to, do this, and you're not gonna disrespect my channel neither, because that need to be said as well. And I think what else went on in boxing as far as being a content creator, people think because of who you know and who you affiliated with that you're supposed to follow a certain script and say what either one guy particularly or most guys say particularly. But me, like I said, I've always been myself, and as I said before, I don't have a boss and I don't follow no script. But I just don't like what I've seen in boxing so far. I just don't like a lot of things that I've seen, and it's really irritating. It's really irritating that, you have to you have to basically compromise yourself to a certain degree. And I see a lot of dudes doing that because they want a certain demographic come on their channel. They want views and all that stuff and subscribers and all this kind of stuff. I said that I wasn't gonna do it when I first got on here, which basically say stuff that I don't mean just to get views and subscribers. And I pretty much followed that manuscript, and I want to continue to do it. But now I'm just gonna say what need to be said, and it's just time for the truth to come out. And it's just time to be completely honest. And I'm not about to continue to argue with people about certain stuff, because if you just get on my nerve to the point to where you're just intolerable to listen to, then I'm just gonna remove you, and that's just basically it. But you will respect my platform, or you're not gonna be here. And I don't care who you are, and I don't care how long you been subscribed to my channel. I don't care. Well, for real, you're just not gonna be here. Now, as you guys know, there's a fight coming up this Saturday. You have Errol Spence versus Spence-Ugas. This is a unification bout. This is supposed to be for 3 belts. And I have to say, and this is just real talk, even an honest content creator, no matter how big of a Spence apologist you may be, and I'm not going to disrespect Errol Spence, but some of his fans, his fanatics, they just full of it. And like I said before, I can't be bullied by anybody. I don't care where you from. I don't care if you from Dallas. I don't care if you from Houston. I don't care if you from Compton. I don't care if you from Oakland like me. I for real. I don't care if you from Frisco, South Central. You know what I'm saying? Chicago. That don't mean nothing to me. But going into this fight, and this is the honest to God truth, and I'm just gonna say what a lot of people won't say. There's really no buzz for this fight. Nobody is interested in this fight, and it is for a strap. It's for belts. It's a unification bout that don't nobody care about. You know how I know? Because one, there's plenty of tickets available for this fight. And as a guy that knows something about this a little bit, when you selling tickets for a fight for as low as $45, that means fight ain't selling that good. Now I know by the time fight time comes, probably Jerry Jones is gonna buy up a whole bunch of tickets and give them out and just take a tax hit on it, and he probably could get a return. They're gonna give them away, they're gonna comp people, but they're gonna make sure a decent amount of people show up. And then you're gonna have the content creators saying this stuff that, you know, Spence is this big draw that he really isn't. I know the PBC have tried their hardest to turn Errol Spence into the next Floyd Mayweather, but that just ain't it. And Errol Spence just ain't that guy. And I'm not attacking Errol Spence. I'm not saying I'm not attacking him, but I'm just telling the truth. And like I said, ask me, do I care about somebody getting upset? Nobody ain't really checking for this fight. Because one, Ugas is an uninteresting person. And then at the end of the day, Errol Spence, he don't got that panache. He don't got that it factor that Floyd Mayweather and even Canelo got it to a certain degree. Even though Canelo can't speak English that good, he just got this certain it factor about him. When Errol Spence walk into a room, it ain't like when Floyd walk into a room. And that's just the honest to God truth. And when you watch All Access, Errol Spence is just a regular dude. He really a country boy. And ain't nothing wrong with that. And it just need to be said. Nobody ain't really checking for this fight. Now the diehard Spence fans gonna say I'm hating and I just don't want to see him succeed. Nah, it ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm just telling the truth. And I'm sorry if you guys can't stand to hear the truth. Really, too fucking bad. You ain't really seeing people talk about, oh, they can't wait to see this fight. They excited about this fight. Because they not. I'm going to support this fight because I cover boxing. But am I excited about this fight? Absolutely not. Because one, we still ain't guaranteed to get the fight. Even if Errol Spence wins, we still ain't guaranteed to get the fight that we all been clamoring for. This has just went on for years and people are sick of it. I'm a hater. Why am I a hater? Why am I a hater? Because I'm not being an Errol Spence apologist. See, you see this? This is exactly what I'm talking about. These are the type of people that make boxing bad. Because you can't give an honest assessment without somebody getting extremely emotional. How am I a hater? Because I'm telling the truth that nobody don't really care about this fight? Like I said, I don't work for nobody. And if people was really honest, they'd just admit it. Nobody ain't really excited about this fight. Because we done had too much BS trying to get the other fight made. You done heard everything from the other side of the street. You done heard, well, he need to do this, he need to do that. You done heard people you done heard people telling one fighter how much money he should take. So it's just been a bunch of baloney. It's been a bunch of baloney, and I'm just tired of going through this. And I'm tired of biting my tongue semi to try to appease a certain group of people because I don't want any get back. But you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not worried about it. I'm just gonna say what need to be said, and I'm gonna say a lot of stuff because I got more videos coming out where I'm gonna expose some of these black fighters and how they act towards black media, and I'm gonna call out some of this hypocrisy too because it need to be said. A lot of this hypocrisy go get called out. Terrence Crawford. I really hope that he don't call out Terrence Crawford, knowing that Terrence Crawford ain't gonna be at that fight. Because from what I heard, Terrence Crawford ain't gonna be at that fight. And I hope Errol Spence don't say he won't Bud after all this time. When Bud came to his fight against Danny Garcia, and then he went to Terrence Crawford fight against Sean Porter, and he walked out of there, and then gonna tweet that he wasn't impressed. But you was at that fight and you had a chance to go tell Terrence Crawford to his face that you wasn't impressed, but you walked out of there and impressed. And I said from the gate that was weak. That was weak. So if he calls out Terrence Crawford finally, and then what's going to happen is you're going to have the Errol Spence apologists go, see, I told you, but it's gonna be like, well, damn. Why now? All this stuff about collecting belts and and trying to clean up your side, it was BS. And see, let me expose this shit because I'm finna expose these black content creators too. Because they finna get exposed. Now, if you get an attitude about what I'm about to say, well, that's too bad. Because remember, what happened to all this talk about Bob Arum and all this kind of stuff? He don't deal with Bob Arum. I've said that. I had people trying to attack my character, trying to insinuate that I was some kind of sellout, and then nobody goes more hard in the paint than I do. And that just shows you don't really watch my channel. But I have to call out the fake black media, the fake conscious hotel media, because I'm finna put you on blast and tell me that I'm lying. Because I noticed it's been real silent since it was announced that Devin Haney is going to be working with Top Rank, which Devin Haney can work with whoever the hell he want to work with. Like I said, it ain't my job to tell, and I've said this before, it ain't my job to tell people what promotional company to sign with. But when it was announced that Top Rank was going to be helping with the pay-per-views, over there in Australia and broadcasting in the States, what happened to all that military pro-black? The white man is out to get the black man now that they working with Devin Haney. What happened to all that? Where's all that at now? And I see people been pretty quiet about that. What happened to that sellout stuff that they was insinuating with Terrence Crawford? You see how I'm exposing these dudes? But these supposed to be the super black militant power to the people brothers that was questioning Terrence Crawford's blackness. Even where down? Where all that military power to the people, militant, fist in the air now that Devin Haney is working with Top Rank? You see how fake these people is? It was only towards Terrence Crawford. Because at the end of the day, Terrence Crawford was the biggest threat to Errol Spence. So that's why they had to go out of their way to try to portray Terrence Crawford in a certain kind of way, to try to vilify him. And these is black people, all because they Errol Spence extremists. Tell me that I'm lying. Where all that military pro-black stuff at now? And if Tank go to Top Rank, it's gonna be the same thing. They gonna be quiet. They ain't gonna say nothing. Because this proves this was all about just Terrence Crawford and trying to vilify him. But I'm just telling the truth. I don't think this fight is going to do very well on pay-per-view. Now, I'm pretty sure that you're going to have people that's going to inflate the pay-per-view numbers that's going to say this fight did 500,000 pay-per-views. And they're going to be like, see, I told you that Errol Spence a big star. Look, I'm dishonest. I'm dishonest. And I'm going to continue to be honest. But I dare somebody to tell me that I'm lying about everything that I done said. Ain't nobody really checking for this fight. Like I said, there's hella tickets available for this fight. I know. I'm hating. I know. I'm a coon. I'm a on-time. I'm a house nigga. I'm all that, right? I'm all that, right? I'm not worried about it, because at the end of the day, I know who the real coons are, and I know who the real coons have always been. Like I said, listen channel. I talk about stuff that people, I stuff and say stuff that people is too scared to say. But I'm the sellout, right? Okay, cool. But I'm just telling the truth. Even the people that's going to this fight, the content creators, who's in it, they ain't even like excited about this fight. There ain't no build up for this fight. Nobody don't really care about it. Just like really to be honest with you, when Ugas beat Pacquiao, you see what happened? Ugas don't got that big of a following. I think he's an extremely talented fighter, but once again, when you fight, it takes two people to sell a fight. Unless you name Floyd Mayweather. And Errol Spence don't talk like Floyd. And then to be honest with you, yeah, Floyd sold views. He sold a lot of pay-per-views. You know why? And I'm going to say this about Floyd. That whole Floyd Money Mayweather thing, and this need to be said too, and I'm not worried about Floyd being mad. That old Floyd Money Mayweather, it wasn't nothing but a minstrel show. Yeah, Floyd had to be a minstrel show and compromise himself to get people to buy his pay-per-views. Talking about I had to be a heel or wear a black hat. No, it was a minstrel show. It was a damn minstrel show, and it needed to be said. And I supported Floyd because at the end of the day, I wanted him to be successful. But Floyd, pretty boy Floyd Mayweather, that was a fighter, a damn good fighter at that. Floyd Money Mayweather was a minstrel show. That's real. All the stuff he was doing. But it's a shame. It's a shame that you have to do stuff like that to get people to watch your pay-per-views. But at the same time, you don't have to be Tim Duncan-ist neither. You don't have to. It's kind of like a double-edged sword. It's like damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you conduct yourself like a professional, people not gonna have an interest in you. But if you act like Floyd Mayweather, people may have an interest in you, but then they watch you for the wrong reason. Just like exactly what's going on with Chris Rock. Chris Rock is selling out shows since he got smacked by Will Smith. But they're coming to see him because they want to see the aftermath. How it's the reaction. It's a spectacle now. They're not coming because it's Chris Rock. They coming because they curious on what's going to happen. And that's the sad part. You know, I know it's tough for black fighters. I know it's tough for black fighters to build their popularity, but some of them are their own worst enemies. Some of them are their own worst enemies. And that's just real talk. Like, I'll tell you who kind of got the perfect mixture when they do talk to media. But then at the same time, they don't make themselves accessible to the media a lot. But when you look at it, Terrence Crawford got that in him. Terrence Crawford got that in him. Terrence Crawford is a mixture of both. He could be the ultimate professional, but then he got a side to him to where he could captivate. And I saw that in Crawford. And this ain't being pro Terrence Crawford. It's just telling the truth. Because Terrence Crawford, a lot of times he don't let the media, you know what I'm saying? He don't let the media in. And I understand for personal reasons. But sometimes at the end of the day, you got to let it go. You got to move on. Because I've said this before. Everybody ain't out to get you. And that's just factual. I'm just keeping it 100. At the end of the day, should Errol Spence take care of business versus Ugas? And I think Terrence Crawford will have one more fight before, you know, hopefully we can get the big fight. At the end of the day, the fight is going to have to, like, it's going to take a valid effort to help make this fight successful. It's going to take a joint effort from the fighters themselves, from the media, and the fighters letting in particularly black media in, letting us help them. Like I said before, you don't have to do what Floyd Mayweather would do, like walking around throwing money at the camera and all that kind of stuff, and you know what I'm saying, and showing off his multi-million-dollar cars. Because at the end of the day, at Floyd's age, you got to kind of move on from that. So like I said, I know it's tough. When you a black man, or should I say a black fighter, you got to find an in-between. And the problem is, Errol Spence haven't found an in-between. Like I said, ain't nothing wrong with being a country boy. But I'm just telling the truth about this fight. I talk to everybody. You have people saying that this dude is just this big star, and then just casual talk is like, ain't nobody, you know. I'm asking everybody, even the casual boxing fans, they ain't studying this fight. I'm sorry. The last fight, Terrence Crawford versus Sean Porter, it had more buzz. People was more excited about that fight. I know some people ain't gonna want to hear it, but I'm just telling the truth. So hopefully, when this is all said and done, some things can happen. But I'm just telling the truth, man. This needed to be said. I don't give a damn about nobody being mad. I don't give a damn about nobody having an attitude. I'm not sneak dissing nobody. I'm just telling the honest to God truth. I'm just saying what other people won't say. And I'm just calling out some of this hypocrisy. But anyway, thanks for tapping in. I'm out.